Social media and websites might show you where you want to stay. Sales, they tell you when to book. But they rarely tell you where you actually are. I'm Megan, and yes, I talk about Sandals and Beaches Resorts. The weekly sales, the promos worth booking, and the ones you can skip. Room categories, upgrades, insider tips, and how to actually get the best value for your vacation. But a resort doesn't exist in a vacuum. It sits on an island with a story, shaped by history, culture, food, people, and moments you'll never find on a booking page. On Islands Uncovered, we go beyond the resort gates. We talk about the islands and the people that Sandals and Beaches call home. The legends, the flavors, the unexpected stories hiding just beneath the surface. Because the best trips aren't just well priced, they're well understood. This is where smart booking meets storytelling. This is where vacations feel more meaningful. This is Islands Uncovered. Hey everybody, welcome back to Islands Uncovered. My name is Megan, and this is the weekly Sandals Sales Report, where we're going to talk about all of the current sales at Sandals and Beaches, just a brief overview of the 777 rooms, and any updates that I can share with you in as short of a time as possible to get you on your way and excited to book your next vacation. Okay, so we've got a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of excitement building around Beaches Turks and Caicos. They have the new Treasure Beach Village that is opening up on March 1st. That is all set to go. It will be opening on March 1st. I am super jealous of anybody who has any reservations for the Treasure Beach Village in the next few months. I think it's going to be absolutely amazing. All of the photos that are being sent to us as travel advisors look great. Huge new pool, Butch's, new steakhouse, new food court area. They even put in a little movie theater. So if you have interest in going to Beaches, Turks and Caicos, you can stay in any of the villages there. There are many at different price points, and you can still enjoy all of the amenities throughout all of the resort. You don't have to stay in Treasure Beach to enjoy the pool and the restaurants over there. So if you have interest, please reach out, and I would be happy to talk to you about this resort because it is very big, and there's a lot of different areas and things that you should know before you book. So we got that happening. I also wanted to remind everybody that I have my virtual VIP event that's coming up on Monday, March 2nd at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. So what this is if you're interested, I'll send you a Microsoft Teams link to register. You just register and log on March 2nd, and you're going to hear somebody from the Sandals team give an overview on all of the different resorts and the amenities of Sandals. And then if you book a trip with me within the next 2 weeks after the virtual VIP event, so there's going to be absolutely no hard sell to book that night. That is not what this is. It's just informative. And if you want to book something within the next 2 weeks after that, I can hook you up with some free stuff if your room qualifies. So 6 nights or more in a club room or higher, any resort, you have your pick of spa credit, credit combo. That includes things like the spa credit with the private dining credit and the Photoshop credit. You can do a 3-hour Discover Scuba package. Or if you are going to Jamaica or Turks, you can do a catamaran cruise. So lots of good stuff there. If you are going only 4 or 5 nights in a club room or higher, there are still opportunities to get a $100 spa credit to your room as well. So they always send me a list of the resorts that qualify for that. Please reach out. I encourage you to reach out and register, even if you don't think you're going to qualify. I can still help you out and book your trip, and you never know. A room that does qualify might be a better deal than something you're looking at, and I can help you figure that out. So we got that going on coming up next week on Monday, as well as I met with I had dinner with the GM at Sandals Montego Bay. And as you guys know, Sandals Montego Bay is currently closed due to Hurricane Melissa going through this past fall, and it's going to be reopening on May 30th. So he was giving us an update about that particular resort. He did also mention briefly that Sandals South Coast, he thought that that would be good to go at the end of May. Everybody's working very hard to get these resorts up and running, and he gave no indication that they would not be available on the opening date that was given to us of May 30th. But they are taking this time to renovate these resorts and turn them into what is called the Sandals 2.0 properties. So a little bit more modern, elevated restaurant concepts. And he spoke to us about what they're doing in Montego Bay. And some of the things that he mentioned to us were that they're expanding Butch's. So Butch's, as you know, that's a favorite restaurant of many people. It's the steakhouse there. They're making that a little bit bigger. They are also Tokyo Joe's is unfortunately coming out, and they're putting in a Buchan restaurant. I know some people really love Tokyo Joe's, but trust me, if you have not tried Buchan, it is currently at Sandals St. Vincent and Regency La Toc. It is such a fun and different experience. They bring in all this local food, and it's like a presentation of sorts of the food, and you get all these spices and things that you can add yourself to enhance the flavors, and they talk to you about what you're eating. Usually there's two seatings a night and you sit family style. So I am super excited for that to come to Sandals Montego Bay. Also, if you've been there, Tokyo Joe's was kind of blocking the view of some of the rooms that were situated behind it. I heard that's not going to be an issue anymore with Buchan going in. They're kind of lowering the height level on that restaurant. They are also putting in a rum club. If you listen to me, you know I love the rum club. They've got great espresso martinis. I love the one at Sandals Dunn's River. They are putting that in. I believe it is going to be where Cricketers is right now. And then they are also redoing the coffee shop. So the coffee shop is going to be a Bloom coffee shop, which is their upgraded version of coffee shops, essentially. So again, if you've been to Dunn's River, if you've been to St. Vincent, you've seen and had the Bloom coffee. It's a really, I really like it. I think it's going to be a much more elevated coffee experience. I love coffee, so those are all great improvements in my mind. Um, they're also redoing that main pool area, making it a little bit bigger, pushing it out. They're doing some renos with the lobby. So lots of really exciting things happening at Sandals Montego Bay. I strongly encourage you, if you are thinking of booking Sandals Montego Bay, you are going to want to get your deposit on your room now. You can put a deposit down through 2028. And I really think that after people realize that the renovations are done and see what has been done to Montego Bay, Royal Caribbean, Sandals South Coast, these resorts are going to be a hot commodity. So I don't know if that means that the prices are going to go up. I'm not sure, but usually things are based on supply and demand. And if is not a lot of inventory, you know they're not going to be putting those rooms on sale. So get your deposits in now to lock in pricing for those resorts because they are all going to be redone, elevated Sandals 2.0. Okay, so we also now let's touch in on the sandal sales and beaches sales that are going on right now. Quick overview. It is the same stuff as last time. So sandals, we've got the semi-annual Caribbean sale going on right now. 5 nights or more, you're going to get a $175 resort credit. You can use that at the spa to reserve a cabana for the day. You can use it towards the Photoshop, all this different stuff. So that gives you some flexibility with that resort credit. And then, as we've been talking about, there are certain rooms that are mostly all butler rooms, except for two at Sandals Montego Bay, listed that if you stay 7, you get 1 night free. Once again, there is one room on 777 this week from Regency La Toc that is also listed as one of the rooms that you can get the free night. So you can stack the semi-annual sale, getting that free night with the room at La Toc being on 777. And I will touch on what room that is when I run through the quick list of 777 rooms that are on sale this week. Beaches, we are winding down that Beaches Winter Blues sale. This is going to give you the $150 spa credit for 5 nights or more and the catamaran cruise if you stay 7 or more nights. Just remember, there's a lot of blackout dates with this, and it only goes into November of this year as opposed to the sandal sale, which goes through 2027. So if you are interested in just making sure that when you book that your room qualifies, or if it doesn't, please reach out. I'm happy to answer questions about this. You have to a lot of times register your booking. You just because you book a room doesn't mean that they're going to give you these promo items. You have to make sure that it's registered, and some people miss that step. And then when they go, they're like, "Oh, I thought I was supposed to have a spa credit, but they never registered the booking." So this is why a travel advisor is so important. One that really knows sandals and beaches and knows how to make sure that you are getting all these deals stacked on top of each other, the most that you can. I just was working with somebody and they didn't know that there was a military discount. I mean, that's 10% off your room. So just reach out. My services are free. I'm happy to help you. And I promise, 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 I'm going to get you the very lowest prices and all these perks I possibly can. Okay, right? I try to keep this short, so then I talk really fast. Um, It's Wednesday, so that means Sandals and Beaches released their 7 rooms each that are on 777. Means they're an additional 7% off through next Tuesday. So that's going to be through March 3rd. New bookings, and I always take a look at my clients who have booked rooms with me. If their room has gone on sale this week, I can see if it qualifies, make sure that I call in and get that price adjusted. So let's do a quick run through. There are different rooms, the resorts are the same. So if you want information, more details about any of these rooms, if they sound interesting to you, remember the 777 deals. There are certain blackout dates, but I can help you understand that. If you have a range of dates that you know that you're looking, let me do the, busy work. I will try to find you the very best rates. We can book again into 2028. Okay, so for sandals, let's run down the list really quick here. Sandals Ochi, we've got those club level cottages. These are not going to be views of the water, but they are on the beach side. Floors 1 and 2, right behind that main building, kind of tucked away. These we have seen rotating through the Sandals Ochi 777 rooms. We're back at Sandals St. Vincent. We've now gone again into the club level rooms. This is the Lady Palm fitness room. So you've got your main room and then you've got the room with the exercise bike. I don't book as many of these as I do the media rooms that have the bigger TVs, but this room and the media room is priced usually the same. But because it's on 777 this week, you can get this one at a steal. This might mean that the media room is going to be on sale next week. I will keep an eye on that. They do not give the travel advisors a heads up. I don't know in advance what's going on sale, but this room, it's the club room with the fitness bike area. I mentioned Latak. It's got a butler room, a 1 bedroom butler room up on that bluff area at Latak. Beautiful views, but you gotta, take a walk down to the beach. You're up on a bluff. So this is the room here that is partnered with the semi-annual Caribbean sale where you can, if you stay 7 nights, you get 1 night free. You can stack it with the 777. You can get your $175 resort credit. You can listen to my virtual VIP on Monday and throw in some more credit too. You can get $250 in spa credit with this. So definitely reach out. Great room to book if you are interested in that butler level luxury service over at Sandals Talk. Then we're heading back to Curacao. We've got a club level room on the beach side. So Curacao is pretty big. These are going to be the club rooms that are overlooking the side by the beach. So a little further away than the main pool area. It's not far by any means, totally walkable. You don't need a golf cart like at Ochi to get, from place to place, but you're looking out over the water on the side of the resort. And I can send you a map to kind of show you where that would be. And then we have Sandals Royal Bohemian again. We have the club level room over in the West Bay Village. We've been seeing a lot of the West Bay Village on 777. My thought is probably because the East Bay Village has been renovated more recently, and so that books up a little bit faster. But great room if you're just trying to get into Royal Bohemian club level category, snag yourself a deal with this one. We have Royal Plantation, all butler rooms. So we've got a basic room from Royal Plantation. That's an oceanfront room. Remember, if you're at Royal Plantation, You can also go over to Ochi and Sandals River and enjoy those resorts as well. And then lastly, the biggest steal of the week is Sandals Negril. We have that longshore luxury room. So this is that entry level room category. But the longshore luxury rooms, they have been more recently updated. They've got a rain shower and they are on the first, second, or third floors of the longshore buildings. There's three of them. Happy to send you a map. But you're at a luxury level, so that entry level category, and it's on sale for an additional 7% off. So this is like the biggest steal of the week because those luxury level rooms don't go on 777 quite as often because they're already pretty reasonably priced. Okay, that was Sandals. Any of those rooms of interest to you? Let me know. Any questions? Just let me know. And then we're going over to beaches, so where the kids can come to. As always, we've got a room in the Italian Village. This is a big room. So this is the Italian Ocean View Penthouse 2-bedroom Butler family suite. So I've always been talking about how these family suites, we've got the king bedroom, and then we've got a separate bedroom for the kids with the bunk beds and the pull-out trundle underneath, so sleeps three, and then the bathroom. This actually has the king room and then a separate family room, sitting room area, and then the bunk bed area. So you have more living space in these rooms. And it's Butler and your penthouse. You're up on the top and you get the beautiful views and everything. But it's a lot bigger than most of the rooms in the Italian Village. It is going to say on the website that it sleeps 10. It does, but just know that that means that you have a pull-out chair being used by the king bedroom and things like that. So in my mind, I think two in the king bedroom, three in the bunk bed area because they also have the trundle bed that pulls out of the bunk beds. And then in the living space, you can also use the pull out in there. So I think like seven is pretty reasonable. 10 if you want to use the pull out couch in the room with the king bed. And then 10 if you really want somebody on the chair too. But that's a lot of people in this room. So those are just my thoughts. But this is definitely one of the larger Italian village rooms that's on 777 this week. And then we have another really big room over at Beaches Negril. These are the brand new Eventide penthouse, 3-bedroom. It's got a rooftop patio looking over that beautiful 7 Mile beach. Obviously, like I said, butler room, 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath. You got a lot of space. These are brand new. I can break it down for you where all the beds are. Again, it's saying it sleeps 12. You're going to get that king bed, another bedroom that has two queen beds. So sometimes when you look at some of these rooms that have two beds, they're double beds. These are two queens, so that's kind of nice. Um, and then the other room has that bunk bed with the trundle. So and then there's some pull-ups. So it just really depends on your comfort level of how people are comfortable sleeping and in the bedrooms and using the bunk beds and things like that. But that's one of the things I'm always happy to talk to my clients about. I just want you to know that even though it says sometimes it sleeps 10 or 12, you really want to understand where all the beds are and what that breaks down to. Because you're paying a lot of money for these rooms and you don't want to show up and be disappointed that somebody's on a pullout. And then we have more rooms at beaches at both Turks and Negril. Negril has two more rooms. These are just the basic tropical concierge king and double. So this is what I was talking about. So there's one room with a king bed and then a pull-out in. And then the other one is these are luxury level with the oh no, they're not luxury level, they're concierge level, which is club. So they're concierge level, but one room has the king bed with the pullouts, and then the other has two double beds. So not queens, doubles. Um, and then the last three rooms are over at Beaches Turks and Caicos. We have a 1-bedroom in the Key West Village. We have a 1-bedroom in the Seaside Village, and then we have the entry level room of the new Treasure Beach Village. So this is a concierge level room. It's not a luxury level room. There's no luxury level rooms at in Treasure Beach. So this is the concierge, but it's not a walkout. It's not a penthouse. It's not an ocean view or anything. It's your entry level for the Treasure Beach Village is on 777. So this is as low as a rate as you're going to get at Treasure Beach right now. Phew, that was a lot of information, a lot of different rooms, a lot of different sales going on, a lot of different updates. So if that was overwhelming and you thought you might have heard something that you're interested in, again, please reach out. My email is going to be in the show notes. There's going to be links to my social media. If you want me to send you the registration information for that virtual VIP event on March 2nd, please let me know. Emailing me is going to be the very best way because that way I can just email you back and send you the link. And yeah, I would love to make sure that you are getting the very best deals on these rooms, registering for all the extra perks, and hooking you up on your next Sandals or Beaches vacation. My name is Megan. I'm the owner of Dare to Dream Travel, and thank you for listening. I hope to hear from you. And yeah, tune in on Monday where we will be venturing off resort to hear another fun story about something to do. If you want to do something besides sit at the swim up bar or pool. All right. Thank you guys. See you next time.